Hello and welcome on in. In today's video, I'll be doing a dual phone setup for Pokemon Go screen sharing, this time using two iPhones. First thing we need to do is to make sure both iPhones are connected to the same Wi-Fi network. We have the main iPhone here running Moblin, and then we have the second iPhone which will be used to play Pokemon Go and thus sending its screen to the primary iPhone. And also make sure that both iPhones do have the Moblin app installed as well. The first thing we need to do is to create a ingest server. Now I'll be utilizing the SRT server as it's a more stable connection. We'll need to go into the cogwheel first. We'll then need to scroll down until we see ingests. Now we'll click into SRT LA server, make sure it's disabled, scroll down. We'll now create a stream specific for the Pokemon Go screen share. Now we'll click on my stream, we'll change the name. I will now give this a name. This name will let me identify the stream coming from the iPhone 11 Pro Max. Okay, done. We'll now also change the stream ID to be a bit more simpler. Now we'll back out, scroll up, click enable, scroll back down. Select the new scene that we've created, and now we will select the SRT URL. We will now need to make sure we copy the first URL as this is part of the Wi-Fi network. Now we will need to create a scene so that we can display the incoming SRT ingest. We go to the cogwheel, we go to scenes, we'll scroll down. We'll now create a scene. We'll click on my scene. In the name, we'll change it. And for the video source, we will now select the newly created SRT server. On the secondary iPhone, we need to make sure that we send the output stream to the primary iPhone running the Moblin app using the newly created SRT details. We go into the cogwheel, we go into streams, we'll click create, we'll scroll down, select custom, we'll now select SRT LA. We will now enter in the details that we created on the primary iPhone in the Moblin app. Okay, now click next. We will give this stream a name, and we will also enable background streaming. Before we go any further, we want to make sure that the secondary iPhone is able to indeed push a stream out to the primary iPhone. So we have the front camera selected on the secondary iPhone. Let's now click go live. And the primary iPhone is able to pick up the incoming video feed from the secondary iPhone. Let's also make some adjustments so that the screen share stream isn't going to be too delayed on the primary iPhone. So let's go into the cogwheel, let's go into streams, let's go into SRT Moblin primary. Let's now select SRT LA, and latency we will now change to say 500. Done. Okay, now on the secondary iPhone within the Moblin app, we need to create a scene in order to display the screen share of the iPhone itself. We go into the cogwheel, we go into scenes, we will now scroll down to create, click on my scene here, we'll now give it a name, done. And for video source, we'll leave it as screen capture. Okay, let's prepare to initiate the screen sharing. So right now we'll need to select the screen share scene. We'll go live. And now we'll need to go into the home page. We will now pull down on the top menu system. If you can't find the screen recording button, tap and hold, click add control, and it's the screen recording button here. And now we will pull down on the top menu, tap and hold on the screen recording button, make sure that the Moblin app is selected, and now start broadcast. And now the primary iPhone is receiving the screen share stream. So now let's go home, on the secondary iPhone. Let's now select Pokemon Go. And now we have the screen share from the secondary iPhone being streamed to the primary iPhone. Now that we have the screen sharing active, we can make some adjustments on the primary iPhone using widgets. So let's go into the cogwheel. Let's go into scenes. Let's now scroll all the way down until we see widgets. Let's now create a widget based on the incoming screen share stream. Let's give this a video source. Let's give this a name. Click next. We will now select the incoming SRT stream. Next. We will now apply this widget into certain scenes that we want it to be in. We want it to be displayed on the back scene, which utilizes the rear cameras, as well as the front scene, which utilizes the front cameras of the primary iPhone. Scroll down, click create. And now we will exit the menu system. We'll go into the front scene. We can now see that the Pokemon Go widget is applied to the front scene. Now to make adjustments to the widget itself, let's now head into the cogwheel. We'll now go into scenes, and this is the front scene, so we go into that. Now we'll scroll down until we see the widget. We'll click on that. Now we can make some adjustments, but before we do, we want to rotate this. So we need to go into the widget settings under shortcut and rotate this 90 degrees. Now we'll go back, scroll up, and now we can make some adjustments to the scale of the widget itself. I will deactivate numeric input and apply. Now we want to make some adjustments via cropping. So we will scroll down, widgets. We will now go into effects. We will now go into shape. We will now go into the crop and enable this and make the adjustments. Done. And now if I were to move the Pokemon Go screen, it will now reflect on the scene itself. Now we will make some adjustments to the back scene. So we go into the back. We will now go into the cogwheel. We'll select scene. We will now select the back scene. Let's now scroll down and select the widget screen share. Let's now make the adjustments here. And that is done. So now if I were to move the Pokemon Go app, it will now be displayed on the screen share scene. A quick way to disable the visibility of your widgets on whatever scene you have them on is to use the quick buttons. On the side of the Moblin app, I have a quick button here for scene widgets itself. So if I tap on that, I can disable this, and now the rear camera no longer displays that. Unfortunately, that also affects the other scenes as well. So if I go into the front scene, that visibility of that particular screen share widget is also disabled, but don't worry. If you were to click on the scene widget and re-enable it again, it will pop up as well. In order to display certain icons on the quick button sidebar, you go into the cogwheel, you go into display, you go into quick buttons, and here there are quite a few features that you can enable and disable. If you want certain quick buttons on the front page instead of the second page, all you need to do is to tap and hold the quick button icon for a few seconds, and now you can allocate which icon goes into what page. So for instance, if I wanted the camera icon to be on the first page, I will now select the page number and select the correct number. And now if I were to swipe to page 1, I will see that the camera icon is now on page 1. To change the color of a certain icon within the same menu system, we'll now select the color background, and now let's give this color that. And as you can quickly see, the icon has now also changed color. And that is the end of the video. If this helps, please leave a like, and thank you for watching.